Hi guys, Steady Eddie here, coming to you from Amsterdam. This city has been described as everything from the world's most beautiful city to a den of iniquity. I rather lean to the first one, as it's an old favourite of mine. Now, we all know what Amsterdam is famous for, but don't expect to see girls in skimpy clothing in this video. There's two reasons for that. Firstly, you're not allowed to film the girls in the windows, and second, YouTube will demonetize the video and then will not promote it and I will get less views. All that jazz. So I'll tell you about it instead using some fairly innocuous images. So rather than do a vlog about predictable sights of this lovely city, I thought I'd clear up some common misconceptions. And while I'm at it, I give my vehement opinions about payment for rumpy pompy across the world. So, why does anyone want to go to Amsterdam? Well, I'll start with myself. I first heard of Amsterdam way back in the 70s, and it's because I saw one of my favourite films on TV. Puppet on a Chain it was called, and I was blown away with it. Such a stylish movie with a stunning setting. I've watched that movie over and over again. And of course, the speedboat chase at the end is still an amazing set piece. Love that movie. Puppet on a Chain, written by Alistair MacLean. If you haven't seen that movie, please check it out. It's an old favourite of mine. So why do other people go to Amsterdam? Well, stag do's come here. Groups of young men come here for a weekend on the booze, and also the availability of wacky backy, and of course the availability of rumpy pumpy. You know, how's your father? Bit of the old in and out, courtesy of those beautiful ladies in the windows. This is what Amsterdam is famous for. Its red light area. This is why blokes visit the place. Now, I know what you probably met blokes who say that this is their go-to place for booze and wacky backy, and the girls in the windows don't interest them. Well, I'm calling BS on that. I've seen young men going into these rooms and coming out with big grins on their faces. And I've heard the lauded conversations they've had with their mates afterwards. I'm a guy myself, don't forget. So, girls, if you're into getting married soon and your groom says he's going to Amsterdam for a stag do, you may want to question his sincerity. He's probably going there for one last leg over before he settles down. But wait a minute, you may be broad-minded enough to go to Amsterdam with him one day. In fact, I've seen couples approach the girls in the windows and asking how much for both of them. It makes three people happy all at once. As for those girls in the windows, well, they really are beautiful. They have to be, there's so many to choose from. And they tempt you in those windows with their exotic looks and skimpy clothing. Lovely. And their ethnicity, well, it tends to be a lot of Romanians, Bulgarians, Italians, and other Europeans. Beautiful, really beautiful. Now, the prudes will claim all these girls are being trafficked. What? Well, while I don't deny the existence of such a heinous activity, I can tell you that the ones I've encountered are definitely not trafficked. So how am I so sure of that? Simple. They have a great sense of humour. And I believe that it's impossible for a girl to be trafficked into having a sense of humour. You simply can't do that. They are there to make money. Oh, I don't deny some of them have shady boyfriends who take all that money from them. But the same happens in council estates, where a young woman goes to work in a mundane job and her lazy bastard boyfriend stays at home watching TV and takes all the money off her. I've known couples like that. Still, selling her body is a bit of a degrading way of earning money, I hear you say. Well, yes, I suppose so. But you have to do something for a living. Look at factory workers, building workers, taxi drivers, office staff. All of these people hate their jobs, but they do it because they need the money. And they often earn much less than the girls in the red light area of Amsterdam. No wonder those girls are so cheerful. But what makes me mad is that there is so much hypocrisy in all of this. A man who goes to Amsterdam for a bit of rumpy pumpy, how is that so bad? I mean, I wouldn't say that makes him a perv or anything like that. But if you want examples of pervs, I could give you many. They are hiding in plain sight, to quote a common phrase. I'm talking about the church, the police, school teachers, Knightsbridge department store owners, TV celebrities, BBC newsreaders, politicians, Hollywood movie producers, rock stars. The list is endless. There's hardly a week goes by when we don't hear about these supposedly decent people being exposed for their lurid activities. Let's look at the church. I can honestly say when a new report comes out about the church being guilty of historical abuse of young people, I'm shocked and saddened by what has happened in the past. I mean, I'll be the first to admit that I had a crap childhood, but at least I wasn't forced to go to church, because then I'd have been well and truly buggered. As for the police, well, there's hardly a week goes by when they are not involved in another lurid scandal. Where I come from, we call them the busies. If you wondered why that burglary at your house is not being investigated, it's because the busies are too busy swapping indecent images via WhatsApp or exposing themselves in public. Some have even been caught shagging their colleagues in the back of busy vans. As a taxpayer who pays their wages, are you happy with that? Well, I'm demanding my money back. So, having established that they're the perps pretending to be respectable members of the public, are men who use Amsterdam as a knocking shop, are they perps? Seems like perfectly normal behaviour to me. And as for their female counterparts, well, they are just as bad. I'm talking about Western grannies who go to countries like Turkey and Gambia, well-known knocking shops with grannies when they go for a bit of young gigolo sausage. I've seen old women in Turkey waltzing around with a gigolo young enough to be her grandson. And before you say, well, at least they don't pay for it, I call BS on that one as well. Just look at the designer clothes that young gigolo was wearing. You don't think he'd pay for them, do you? I'm not running down these lusty old grannies, just saying there's so much hypocrisy in all of this. So I've said my piece on all of that. Yes, Amsterdam is a lot more than a convenient European knocking shop. It has plenty of tourist sites as well, and it really is a beautiful city, day or night. Well, I'm planning on being here for a few days, so I'll be bringing you reports on this lively city and live streams on my other channel, Steady Eddie Live. Thanks for watching this. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.